everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Monday. Yeah, January 29th, 2020. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I am your host, as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome back, everybody. Happy fucking Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Kick some ass, got your goals done, accomplished a lot, and now you're back here kicking some ass with us. You're live on Kruse Control. Having a good time talking about some sports entertainment news, some fucking entertainment news. I don't know the hell I'm saying. There's sports in my brain because of the shit going down these days. But welcome back to Kruse Control. I'm so happy to have you here. And also joining me back here, helping me out in the chat, kicking some ass is my guest host tonight, Miss Rachel Blakely. Rachel, welcome back to Kruse Control. How you doing tonight?
Great. How are you?
I'm fired up. I don't know, it's Monday. I'm doing good.
I like the funky jazz music.
I know, we're trying some new stuff here. You know, get some stuff fired up as we start the show.
Good mood.
How you been? How's life?
It's good. It's good. It hasn't been too cold lately, so I think we can all be happy about that. We've got some interesting things to talk about tonight, so I'm excited to get into it.
Yeah, we got to get into it. We always begin. You know how it goes here on Kruse Control. I'm so excited to get in with everybody here. We get in together. We get into the world. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. We get into it, though. That's what happens here. So thank you for being here, Rachel. I appreciate you as always. We're going to have a great time tonight. We are. But we're also joined by, of course, we haven't seen her in a while, but very excited to have her back. This artist, director, creator. And you know what? You got to check her out again. You got to go on her Instagram and figure it out. And find her links right here. Everybody, welcome back to the Kruse Control. Miss Lexi Koval. Lexi, welcome back to Kruse Control. How you doing, Lexi?
Hi.
What's up,
I'm back.
How you been?
Good. I'm all right. I'm here. I just wanted to say, Rachel didn't tell you guys her exciting news. She just got a new exciting job, so.
Did she really?
She did.
What? Rachel, what are you doing? You're holding back on us here.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I have to keep some secrets from the greater wide internet.
Also, hi everybody in the chat.
So happy to have you back here, both of you. You know, there's also, and also Lexi's starting her own show right now too, creating more content. It's really exciting to hear about. Lexi, can you tell the everybody at Kruse out there that loves it, let's see, and watching the show is here. Tell them about the show.
We're developing something. I don't know how to describe it. It's about media, but it's not really like about film or television specifically. It's more about like its impact on society, I guess, and like how it affected people and how the creator might have made it one way, but it wasn't really taking the way the creator intended it to go. So the discussion around that and how it went the way it really did, you know, that kind of stuff. So it should be interesting where it goes.
You're doing video format, right? With K. Jacob?
YouTube, yeah. We're going to put it on YouTube. Jacob's my co-host, so we're going to go back to working together again, doing that. So
I'm excited to see it. Everybody got to check it out. Once you have some stuff out there, we'll put some more links. If you had links, I'll put them in this afterwards. I want people to check it out too. Always happy to have you here, Lexi. Friend of the show, family of the show. It's so good to see you again.
Always a pleasure.
We're going to kick some ass. Here we go. Lexi, there's somebody else here. I don't know if you met him before, but it's been a long time since he's been here. He used to be your resident manager out there in Hollywood, everybody. Then the strikes happen, shit goes down. He'll probably be back there very soon, but he's been back from Hollywood back and forth, and now he's here live on Kruse Control. Everybody, welcome back to the show, Mr. Jake Slonecki. Jake, how you doing, man? How you doing? Welcome back to Kruse Control. It's been only, what, like a year, maybe? No, it's got to be less than a year, right?
A little while, yeah.
Hayward Hyde. How you been? What's going on? What's new?
Been good. Not much really going on. Just working and doing side projects in the downtime, and gonna come back with a vengeance, I think. So yeah, we're good.
Come back with that vengeance, Jake. Come back, kick some ass, and freaking like beat some people up. No, don't beat them up. You gotta don't beat people up, Jake. Just be nice to people, but conquer. That's what it comes down to, right?
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Conquer peacefully.
Conquer peacefully, yes.
Right.
What's up?
Right.
Mama Pam, what's up? Good morning. And blessings to you, too. Welcome to Kruse Control. Appreciate you as always. We have a good time there at Kruse Control, you know? It really is. We also have here, Jake. I don't think he was here last time. He's chilling right there. We see everybody. We also have the Pep Star here. Peppy, how's it going, man?
What up, y'all? Pep Star in the house.
Yeah, Peps, how you been? What's going on? I'm so happy to see you. Have a good weekend?
Oh, I had a great weekend.
Yeah, I believe you did. Yeah, man. I'm just happy to have you back.
Oh, someone's a supermodel. Nice haircut.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, trying to trim it up a little bit. It's a Monday, good weekend, had a good time. I don't know, right? It's good stuff.
My brother.
I know, Pep Star. I know. Well, I'm so happy to have you all back here. It's been fantastic to have everybody back. Pep, you gotta say hi to people too. Come on, don't just me.
Rachel, how you doing, girl? Welcome to the show. Hello, Lexi. Hey, Jacob.
Welcome back. Yeah, that's good. That's Peppy for you. He's very hospitable. Hospitable is the word, yes. So everybody, if you're first time on Kruse Control, thank you for being here. As always, we're having a great time. We're going to have a party here a lot of ways, talking about some entertainment news, just kicking some ass, taking names, and, again, I shouldn't say kicking ass. I'm taking it all night. I don't know what the hell's going on with me, peacefully kicking ass and taking names at the same time discussing lots of things that are going on, because it doesn't matter if it's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, any day of the week that ends with Y, and you're around, you're doing shit, you're fucking kicking ass in your yard or your house, or you're mopping the laundry. That doesn't make sense. There's always a lot of breaking news. All right, everybody, the very first thing I want to talk about right now is the Christopher Reeves documentary that's coming out. Now, it's been over there at Sundance. A lot of people have been talking about this. A lot of buzz going on about this. And it's talking about this, when he first started, Christopher Reeves is an unknown actor becoming an iconic movie star. And, of course, it goes through his whole process where he's broke and just going through the whole thing where he's trying to figure out who he is, how he can find heroism in his life, and covering every path from becoming Superman to actually having his tragic fall off that horse and becoming a quadriplegic. That's the word. Quadriplegic. Yeah. And now until his very end, and he was Superman in everyone's eyes, and he always will be. The very first Superman, he was fucking awesome. And he actually set the path for a lot of these movies moving forward, these superhero movies. And he went the lines, 4 movies. The Quest for Peace, I still like it. I don't care. Still good. I still give him props. But WB right now is talking about purchasing this. Now, it's a bidding war right now. They're offering $15 million for this. So if they get it, it'll come home to Warner Brothers, which makes sense because they have the rights to Superman anyway. So, why would they not want to get this at the end and honor Christopher Reeves and then probably bring out some extended versions of all the Superman movies? They're talking about the Superman 2, having the actual director's cut out again and re-releasing some stuff. Of course, they would do it because they have to benefit off everything and they have to piggyback off things. Because Warner Brothers got a lot of DC happening. They also have Peacemaker coming back, and James Gunn came forward recently to talk about Peacemaker. And he was like, yeah, I've had a lot of sleepless ball of stress nights. And he's been working on Peacemaker, but also focusing on, of course, Superman Legacy. And now he said he's on episode 8 of Peacemaker season 2, and he's really excited. He's calling it a banger, and he thinks it's going to be great. I mean, he's calling it pretty good, but I think it's going to be awesome. The first season I really enjoyed. I'm excited about the second season. John Cena, fuck yeah, I'm shocked how good he did. But you know what? John Cena's a talent, and I believe in him now. He's the best Peacemaker. This is happening after Superman Legacy, and it is moving forward in process, and progress has been made. Because Warner Brothers is going through a lot of stuff, and James Gunn's getting rapid fire about what's happening here, what's happening there. And now there's rumors that the Batman 2 has been canceled, but James Gunn said, no, that's not happening. Just calm down. If you heard that internet, it's not going down that way. They are still developing the Batman 2. It is moving forward with Matt Reeves directing it, and it's just an outright lie, and that's the internet for you. People like to be like, oh, it's not happening, whatever. But no, it wasn't really, it was a good movie, but honestly, it was a little bit long for me, and I hope that the next one, they tighten it up a little bit. The acting's phenomenal. Again, Colin Farrell, amazing, and it just draws me in. Because when there's always acting that's great, it doesn't matter what the premise is, the acting always brings me in. Premise helps a lot. Just like Severance. The acting on Severance has been fantastic the first season. And season 2 has been on the back burner for a while because they started shooting during, it was like during the spring. And then, of course, what happened? We all know the strikes went down. And of course, writer's strike, bam, May, they stopped production, shut down, everything was done. And of course, the writer's strike led into the actor's strike, and that delay. Actors have other stuff, and eventually now they officially started today shooting. And Apple actually released a picture, and they're showing production stills about what's been going on. And honestly, I'm excited to see what happens. They had a black and white photo came out, Adam Scott running down a hallway, and it just makes me excited because it's great drama, it's a great plot, and it's got great acting, and I hope it does well. Big cast, too, just like Argylle. Argylle is a huge cast. And I see this, Bryce Dallas Howard, you got Henry Cavill, and you got freaking Sam Rockwell, the man of a million faces, but you have this cast, and Matthew Vaughn directing it, and Matthew Vaughn wants to do, apparently, more already. It hasn't come out yet. It comes out February 2nd. I will talk about this as a huge topic, but we haven't even seen it. All we've seen is trailers, but it does cover Bryce Dallas Howard's character, and she's an author. And she's writing about spy stuff, and then apparently a lot of the stuff she's writing about also ties into an actual spy agency, and then the plot thickens. And now he wants to do a prequel about Henry Cavill's character, but also a sequel, if not sequels. They want to do like a whole multiverse about this, which, again, hasn't even come out. I don't know if they know if it's going to do well or not. Big cast, relying a lot on Matthew Vaughn. Hopefully it does well, because it's a cool spy thriller, I guess, dramatic, like novel movie. I don't even call that, but it sounds great to me. But I love spy things. I do love spy things. Just like I loved Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It was so fun to see the dynamic between, Angelina Jolie and of course, Brad Pitt. But, when they were just in there, they were together and they were happy and they were kicking ass as like a fucking team, and they were just perfect duo, I thought. But now Donald Glover is doing it, and of course they went to Brad Pitt to see if he'd come in for the new show. And they're doing a series for Amazon. And Donald actually sat down with Brad Pitt, and the producer came forward to talk about it and said, well, they met. Frances Celine, she said they met. And the thing is, though, they hung out. It was a good conversation. By the end of the day, Brad was like, best of luck with the series. It's just a different time for him. So if you hear anything about Brad Pitt, or you think maybe he's going to come back, or Angelina Jolie's going to come back, they're not coming back for this. This is a separate thing in the same universe, but Mr. and Mrs. Smith is moving forward without them. And it's always confusing for people when it's like this, but I think that they're going to have something great. And Donald Glover is a fucking talent. So I know it will be great overall. And talent goes a long way. It was a long way. I've been watching. Honestly, I don't watch football that much, everybody, but I've been watching the Detroit Lions because I'm from Michigan, because I used to be like a silent sleeper fan back when I was a child. And I was so excited for the Super Bowl, but unfortunately, last night they freaking fucked up, if you ask me. They dropped the ball, and now we have the 49ers versus Kansas Chiefs. So this is going down. If anybody wants to know, it's going down not 2 weeks away. So if you're a big football fan, this is probably the first time on Kruse Control talk about football, but it's going down Super Bowl 58, February 11th, happening. And I'll tie it into entertainment a little bit, because Tay herself was there. Of course, she's dating one of the Chiefs, and they were pushing her on camera, being like, gonna be at the Grammys, Taylor Swift. Yeah, we got Taylor Swift here. It's great. And she actually, it went viral. She's like, go away, please. The camera. And everyone's like, oh, leave her alone. But she's not trying to be featured on this at all. She's just trying not to be, because on top of that, she's not even doing the Grammys. Well, she'll be there, but she's not performing at the Grammys. Everyone thought she was, apparently, but she doesn't even have time to do that, because she's going to be on her tour again overseas in Tokyo. So she'll have no time. She's going to go there for a brief second. She had no time to prepare, nothing else. And then she's going to take off right when the event's done. But Tay conquering the world with her boy. And honestly, I hope they get worked out what's been going on with all the, the adult films and adult pictures coming forward with her, because it really is a lot. And, SAG-AFTRA right now is kind of going after this, because SAG-AFTRA is not happy about what's going on with the AI stuff. Now, we talked about this on Friday, that they AI'd her face onto someone else's body, and all these explicit pictures came out on X, Twitter. There's movies. There's a lot of shit out there with her. And they're using voice stuff on that. They're also just, it looks like her. And so they're trying to shut this shit down. Again, there's no legislation for this. So it's a problematic thing. That's why we went into these contract negotiations, and it didn't go well. And we were fighting to stop the AI train. And I hope now it's better, but I'm still very skeptical, because that contract pass is still happening. And they're still saying at SAG, like they're saying, okay, we don't appreciate this. And they went into this whole thing, so they're still supporting congressmen that is going after them and trying to make this, Joe Morales trying to make this stop, make it illegal. But SAG has nothing they can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. Just like the George Carlin thing, you can't do anything about the AI. It's out there. And I think that Tay deserves an apology, because, honestly, to wake up one day and you see yourself naked on TV, that's not you, or Twitter, wherever it is, that's got to be very unfortunate. It's got to fucking suck. But she deserves an apology, and she might not get one. But Justin Timberlake did get an apology from Britney Spears, because JT himself was probably sitting there enjoying, like he's I'm going on tour soon. I'm excited about it. It's going to be fantastic. And then he hears that, well, Britney Spears came forward and said she apologized. I want to apologize for some of the things I said and wrote about in my book, she said in a statement. If I offended any of the people I genuinely care about, I am deeply sorry. And she came forward to say, I also want to say I am in love with Justin Timberlake's new song, Selfish. And she's really happy to see him and that he's moving forward. Of course, she had The Woman in Me come out, her memoir, and she talked about a lot of it. The part 2 is coming out, I think, this year, too. So I don't know how she's actually apologizing now. Maybe there's more coming out on that book, and so she's like, I got to apologize now. But I don't know. But, maybe all those people that seem to, take a break, and then take themselves to Blumhouse's new attraction over at the Stanley Hotel. That's right. If you're a fan of The Shining, this is the craziest thing to me. They're taking the actual location they were based on The Shining for the Stanley Hotel, and then Blumhouse is turning it into a horror exhibit. This is something that they're really pushing for based on all of their IP-ness they've created over all their times, putting it in there and making an attraction. There's actually some content there too that might be a little creepy for people that haven't seen in person. Maybe I take a few steps away. But they're taking 10,000 square feet of this Stanley Hotel into this whole new exhibit for Blumhouse and pushing all their stuff. And it could be kind of cool. It could be a fun horror attraction coming forward. I'm kind of excited, but I'd check it out. It could be fun. Because, a big horror attraction these days is Vince McMahon. And I got an update on this because Vince McMahon, everybody, this motherfucker right here. I used to watch wrestling as a kid. Love Vince McMahon. He had the grapefruits, and he pushed entertainment. He changed the business. He made it something that went from, popcorn and fucking caramel corn and, people like laughing and body slams and leg drops into a entertainment thing that conquered the world, to Suck It and into like Degeneration X and Stone Cold kicking ass. And you find out on, his character on screen was pretty much just him in person, because these allegations came forward that he was, pushing people and be like, you have to have sex with this person and that person. I'm going to keep your job. I'm going to shit on you and you can lick it up or I'll fire you. Like crazy shit. I'm just being out there about this. It's nuts, the allegations. So now he's officially stepped down. Talk about this on Friday, but during the show, he actually stepped down. We missed it. He did step down, and he said he resigned from all operations at WWE and at TKO, which is merged with WWE, with UFC, that whole conglomerate. And it was 36 hours after the allegations came forward in the lawsuit. And even Ronda Rousey, who's been working there too, is like, he's probably still in charge though, because Bruce Pritchard's still there, who is like, Vince McMahon's always in his ears, so he'll probably still be saying shit, and Vince will probably still be a little bit in control. But I hope Triple H shuts that shit down, because we don't need that drama anymore. Women need to feel like respected in the workforce. And honestly, it's like worse than Harvey Weinstein. I was talking to a friend today, Kay Jacob, about this, and it's true. It's worse than fucking Harvey Weinstein. A fucking drama there. But you know what? Put this man in jail. Put him in jail. The drama goes all the way, just because Nicki Minaj has also had a lot of drama with Megan Thee Stallion. No, it's just amped up, everybody. It's just fucking amped up. If you haven't seen this, Minaj went on Instagram and said some stuff because Megan Thee Stallion has a new song out. It's called Hiss, and in her track, she actually started dissing Nicki Minaj husband, apparently. Now, this is a little bit, if you ask me, it's reaching, if you ask me, but her lyrics are, "These hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes mad at Megan's law." And they're trying to say that this refers to the U.S. law requiring law enforcement to share information about registered sex offenders. And Nicki Minaj's husband is a registered sex offender for attempted rape. So they're saying that was a fire. Like all these people are saying this is what it's about. And so now Minaj felt the same way. So she fired back and said, well, conjure up her dead mother and apologize, because the lyric was disgusting. And Megan Thee Stallion's mother, Holly Thomas, died in March of 2019 from a cancerous brain tumor. So fuck, that's all I can say. It seems like a lot. I think all these people just need to fucking take their bags, just head out to the UK and land out on The Traitors and be there for season 3, because The Traitors is blowing up, everybody. It's been going nuts. Alan Cummings' show is amazing. It's amazing for numbers, I should say. 384 million minutes viewed for this last season so far. Now, the way they do it now with the Nielsen ratings is like with these streaming things, they lump up 4 episodes, but still, that's a lot of minutes, a lot of viewing, and it's doing very well. And Alan Cummings, I think, is going to be doing this show for a long time. It grew 75% from last season. It's fucking nuts. A lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news. It's a lot, everybody. And I see this, and I'm just like, the Vince McMahon thing drives me nuts. Everything else on top of this, like, I laugh at the drama, but I'm also like, what has to happen with these people is you got to take care of people, and you got to stop abusing relationships, and you have to be a good human being. And unfortunately, a lot of these people that get big and powerful moments, they're not that good. And it sucks to see. Harvey Weinstein, Vince McMahon, everybody around the corner, please be good to people and treat them well. But now it's not time for me anymore, because this is that time, everybody, where I put that minute on the clock, and all my guests get a fucking minute to give us what I'd say is their All right. Now it's time for those hot takes. Now, this is that time. It's your first time on Kruse Control. This is that time where I go around the circle to all my guests and my host here. Help me out, Rachel. We're going to talk about all these topics. All I think it's 13 tonight, 13 or 14. Sorry about that.
14 topics. We have 14 seconds to talk about each topic. Thanks.
14 topics. I've done 15 before. Remember Ryan called me up one time, like, 15, Brian? Yeah. So you have 14 topics. I mean, that's probably less than 5 seconds per topic. In 1 minute, you have to break it all down before that bomb blows up. And if it does, your time is up, the buzzer goes off, and you're done. If you get it, the pop and circumstance, and fireworks, everything happens, and you get to celebrate that you made it happen. And you, the people out there, get to vote who won hot takes. So now it's time to go around the circle to see who is going first on the hot takes. And I'm going to go to Rachel down here to give us help me out host tonight. Rachel, who's going to go first? Who's going to do it? I don't want to put it to. I mean, you can go first. I want to put it towards Jake, but if you want to, I mean, it's his first time back.
I mean, I think trial by fire is the best way to do it. Let's get it going, Jake.
Jake, how do you feel about that? You want to do the hot takes? You ready for your hot takes, man? Jake, I think Jake needs a minute.
Okay.
We can't hear you, Jake.
Microphone. We can hear you.
I think you muted. We can't hear you. Oh, there he is.
There we go.
Better.
Yeah, you want to go first?
Better.
I don't even know what I'm supposed to say.
Hot takes, man. You want somebody else go first?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I will be the shining example, and I'll go ahead and go first.
Okay.
Oh shit! Rachel's gonna go first. Okay, Rachel. that really is a shining example. Okay, Rachel, are you seriously ready for your hot takes?
Let's go.
Okay, here we go. Clock's up. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Christopher Reeve's documentary. I think it's going to be great. I hope they don't focus entirely on Superman. I think he has a lot of other things to talk about in his life, so let's do it. Peacemaker season 2, super excited. It's going to be great. Batman 2, cool. Severance having another season. I didn't see the first one, but it has a good cast, so maybe I'll check it out. Argylle already having 2 more shows announced. If it gets approved, good for them. Brad Pitt, not surprised. That movie kind of ruined his life in a few ways. Taylor Swift's boyfriend's going to the Super Bowl, so good for him. Cool for her. She has a show the day before, but people said she could make it if she flies a certain way. Not performing at the Grammys. She didn't have an album this year. That makes sense. Blumhouse, cool. SAG-AFTRA, not supporting AI porn. Of course. Why would they support that? Britney apologizing to JT. I don't think he deserves it. McMahon's a piece of shit. Nicki Minaj is also a piece of shit. The Traitors looks good.
Bam! Everybody! Rachel got it! Give her the files, give her everything. Here we go. Rachel, how does it feel? Does it feel good?
I felt a little rushed at the end there. Didn't get to talk about some stuff enough, but yeah.
Yeah, it goes by fast, that minute. Ooh, do we go to Jake next then? Is Jake prepared now?
You ready? Are you ready now?
All right,
go on.
Okay, Jake. I believe in you, man. Welcome back to Kruse Control. It's been a while. Happy to see your face again here, live on the Kruse Nation. I think you got this. I believe in you. I'm going to put the clock up right now.
You
got this. Here it comes. All right, you ready for your hot takes?
I'm ready for my takes.
All right, here we go. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
All right, very cool. I think the Christopher Reeves thing is cool. I think that name's good. Should, if he could trade for Reeves for Matt Reeves directing Man 2, because I think it would be better if he were still alive. Severance, cool stuff. They got 14 Emmy nominations, so that's cool. So it should be good no matter what they do. Hannibal traded in Hunting Monsters for Holding Cats. We'll see what Argyle's all once that comes out. Mr. and Mrs. Smith is probably going to become a bottom pit without Brad Pitt involved. Taylor Swift, care. Blumhouse, Stanley Hotel. I think that would be really cool to see. AI, listed images, all that stuff needs to disappear. Should probably disappear. Minaj drama. I think Carly Simon wrote a song of that. It's called you probably the song is about you, don't you? Yeah, kind of vain in my opinion. And the Traitors, I haven't seen any of them.
We gotta check it out. But you know what, everybody? I think Jake still got it. So Jake, go on, man. You got it. Here we go. How's it feel?
Well, good. I think it felt great.
I think something's happened with your microphone too. It's like doubling up a little bit. It's like you're repeating a little bit, right?
Oh.
Is that just me? Anybody else hear that?
No, double talks.
Double talks.
Yeah.
It's kind of enduring, but
Enduring.
I don't know. That's interesting, but it's weird. Maybe there's a weird setting, but fuck, you got it, man. First time. Look at that. You see Mike Casey around here, be like, I got it first time, Mike. Love you, Mike. I don't know. Maybe there's a weird echo. Maybe the echo thing's on. There's an echo thing on the settings on EVMux.
Well, how does
We'll
that
see.
sound?
Oh, talk a little bit
That's
more.
better, yeah.
That's better. All good.
So,
give me a little Brian ring. Go off a little bit.
Go. Need a little. Yeah.
Nope, it's still doing it. It's okay. We'll come back to you, man. You got this. You'll figure it out. We're gonna go Lexi next here now because Lexi's just been biting her nails waiting for her hot takes today,
I
right,
can't
Lexi?
wait. I'm gonna win this one today.
You can win today. You never know. I'm believing you. I really do believe in you. So, Lexi, are you ready for your hot takes?
I am.
All right. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Christopher Reeve's documentary. I think it's a good thing. I like Christopher Reeve's documentary idea. I would watch that. Peacemaker season 2. Excited. I hate the theme song. Just get rid of that. Batman season movie 2. Excited for that. I didn't really watch the first one though. I fell asleep while I was watching it. Severance, never watched it. Don't care. Argylle, weird that they're doing what they're doing with a movie that hasn't even come out yet. Brad Pitt, I'm surprised they're even talking to him about the Mr. and Mrs. Smith stuff, considering the whole thing around that. The Super Bowl shit, like, why are you asking Taylor Swift to come to that when she's got a big concert in fucking Tokyo? The Grammys, once again, like, why does she need to perform there? Blumhouse having an exhibit out at the Stanley. Rachel, you will be taking me to that. The SAG-AFTRA condemning the Taylor Swift stuff. Woes are doing something. Oh no, I fucked up. I had this tonight. I was doing so good.
Lexi, it was very good. I hate to do this to you, Lexi.
I know. I thought I was moving faster than that.
You were moving like super fast. Honestly, I thought you were gonna have it. You got this. It's a process. I mean, it really is. So, I still think you can still link some. Putting out the chat right now. Who won the hot take? Starting that poll. You let us know what you think right now over there on the poll in the chat. So, great job, everybody. Great hot takes. I mean, honestly, I keep trying to get Peppy to do it. Oh, you did great. Hey, you did great. Don't say that to yourself. I try to get Peppy to do it. Yeah, you got in there. And you know what? It takes a little bit of time. It does. But Peppy, come on, man. You gonna do hot takes tonight? You gotta do it this time.
No, I'm not going to be a part of the hot takes. I just listen, and you guys do a great job.
Thanks, man. That's so sincere.
Great on the hot takes.
Yeah, thank you. Look, he's so freaking sincere. I feel like that Peppy is just like the man. He's like being the best person ever, best ever.
I really enjoy watching you all make food.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, there he goes. He turns that shit around. But great hot takes. It's up to you who won hot takes. Now put it out there in the chat. Let us know. Get in that poll. We got a lot to talk about though, because again, it's Monday and the week starts out fierce and a lot of stuff's happening. And as what happens, we get into it. We have a lot to talk about. So now it's time to get into it. Come on. All right. The very first thing I want to talk about here in our discussion topic of the show is the Book of Eli. Because if you've seen this movie, this came out in like 2010 with with Denzel Washington, my mind. Denzel Washington. So the Book of Eli came out in 2010 with Denzel Washington. And this actually did pretty well. $80 million budget, made $157.1 million. So made good money, well, decent money, not amazing money. And it sat for a long time. But now they want to make a prequel series to the Book of Eli. Now, the whole thing in that movie, you're waiting to find out what's happened with Denzel. You find out he's, there's like something secret about him. The thing is, like, you're going to find out that I think he's blind in that movie, right? You're going to find out later. It's like, I feel like that's kind of given away, but it might be fun to actually go back in time because the idea for this is approximately 30 years before the film, and you're going to see the world before all the explosion, the nuclear event that destroyed the whole world, because it's a post-apocalyptic show, and you're going to see the early beginnings, and we have a new actor attached to it, Jena Ortega, who from the Star Wars franchise is coming in. He's also going to be executive producing this as well. Lead role, executive producing, playing Eli, and also Gary Whitta, who wrote the movie, is coming on to actually be the creator, the writer, and executive producer along with John to make this movie move forward in this franchise in a lot of ways, because now it'll be a whole new series. Now, there is no home for this yet. They are pitching it, and the idea is to sell it. They're going to have some premium buyers, they're saying, and they will find a home, I think. And maybe they can encourage, not season 1, I'll say, maybe if they get to season 2 or 3, maybe Denzel can come back for some stuff in the future. Probably won't. It'd be fun, though. I think it'd be great. But it's an interesting concept to me. I like the movie. I think Gary Oldman kicked ass in that fucking movie. He was great. Gary, friend of the show. And I think that this is a interesting premise. Of course, we've been doing a lot of these post-apocalyptic stuff. We have, people are trying to be like, Walking Dead's doing 1 million spinoffs, so maybe we don't need this. But I think it could be a fun concept for John. He's been trying to find new homes in Star Wars. And I think, this might be something big. But I don't know. What's everybody think about this? Is this a good idea? Should we be diving back into this eyepiece from 2010? Or should we let that lie on the floor in a corner and do something else? Rachel, what do you think about this? Are you excited about this coming back? Do you think this would be great? Put up the poll. The poll's not up, JR?
I guess not.
It says it's up.
I think that this is a silly idea for a show. I don't really think it's very necessary. I don't want to see it become a Walking Dead where you have 8 billion spinoffs and nobody cared about the Walking Dead pseudo prequel series. Why are they going to care about this? And people cared a lot about the Walking Dead when that came out. So I think with post-apocalyptic stories, it's better to just kind of leave it vague. Just let it be what it is. What happened before isn't kind of relevant to what's happening in the film. Let it be.
Do you think Denzel will do a pop-in at some point if it does well?
No. I think he wants nothing to do with this little TV show. And honestly, I think Jena Ortega's talents could be better used elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that he's an executive producer, though, Rachel. I was kind of surprised that he would actually come on to do this and helm it this way, along with the guy who actually wrote it, of course, Whitta. But it's an interesting story because that's something
super into the movie. He's like, you know what I want to do? I want to do that.
Yeah.
So he could just be super into
die
it
at the end.
and just do the stuff he wants to do.
Yeah. No, that's why they're making the sequel, Queen. Well, yeah, it's a prequel. It's a prequel. So we're doing a prequel series, and I could see this, Rachel, being on Amazon. I don't know why. I feel like Amazon will pick this shit up tomorrow.
It does feel like an Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
show.
Right. It feels like it fit really well in that rocket penis world. I don't know. I feel like it's.
I want you to pay $2.99 to not watch commercials for the service you are.
Yeah, we have the commercial stuff going on now. It's fascinating. Lexi, how do you feel? Do you feel like Rachel that we shouldn't be touching into this again? Let this be. Or are you super excited to see Jena Ortega come in and be Denzel's character and kick some ass in this post-apocalyptic world that's coming forward from probably Amazon? What do you think about this?
I love the film. I did think it was a very standalone film. I think the payoff, as you gave it away. I don't
Sorry,
worry.
spoilers.
It's like a 15-year-old film at this point. It really doesn't matter. Don't worry. I don't think you're hurting anybody's feelings. But genuinely, the payoff of the film is you watch this badass, and then you find out he's blind and his book is Braille. It's that's the whole premise of the movie. So I don't really know how you build a TV show around what they've got, but you can. I know you can. And
yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you built a TV show around Last of Us. and they did. So you can, if you think you can and you do it well, everything's possible. I mean, we have the money, we have the right team working behind it, we have the potential. Anything's possible to turn in. I mean, Twisted Metal was pretty decent too. I was
That was
surprised at
really
how good
good.
that turned out. So, I mean, and I was like, that's probably gonna not be good. But what do you do with this? I love Boyega. I think Boyega.
Yeah, do you like him in this part?
I don't know about this part. I just think he's a great talent. I think he's great whenever I see him in things in general, and he's just someone I like to see in stuff. So if he's hyped for this and he's excited for it, and this is something that he wants, then I'm here to see what he wants to do with it. Like, I like you and I like what you do. So if you're hyped, I guess show me what you
Bring
got.
it on. Bring it on.
That's my only thought for it. But like, am I looking for this? Am I gunning for this? Am I like hyped for this? No.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't. We always say that in the show.
Well, not only just like give me something new. Like, this was a very standalone piece. I don't know what you were looking for with this that you saw like a fresh TV
show. This was a one night stand eye penis.
When you said
it was a one night stand eye penis. The one you let go.
I thought you said like, movie. Well, I didn't think you meant TV show. Like TV show, I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, where are you getting a TV show? This? And like she said, like when they do TV shows nowadays, they're just pulling for like more like spin-off shows and like multiple seasons. And I'm like, I don't want that. Maybe like 6 episodes. A spin-off, like a mini series. Can we get those anymore? I miss.
They're not even saying. They're saying direct series, or they're saying direct series. So, Quinn says he looks like Denzel. I could see that a little bit.
I think if the right person buys it, I would think HBO personally.
HBO, I could see. I mean, HBO is like the
right,
last.
I think it would be good on HBO, but I think it's going to go to Amazon.
I could see Amazon, but I think like with the way that HBO is investing in the apocalyptic stuff right now, I think that they would be more of an investor in it because they're having good luck with it right now.
Who owns the film?
I think that's a good question. I think it was it Warner Brothers before? I think it was. I don't know. It's a good question, but I feel like they maybe would just. I don't know. There's nobody that has it right now. I know that. That's the thing, and they're shopping it around. That's the biggest thing. No one's like has any kind of home for it. So, if whoever had the rights before, they're apparently gone, and now it's out there for anybody to buy up and bring back that Denzel nostalgia to whatever network streaming service or Peacock they want. Jake, what do you think about this, man? Have you seen the Book of Eli? Are you excited to see where they go with this? Do you think that John Boyega is the man for the job to be a young Denzel Washington? And do you see this being successful? Because again, we talk about all the time on the show. It's like, just now, a movie that did fairly well. It didn't do amazing. It really didn't do amazing. I mean, you think about, again, $80 million budget. 157 is not a lot of money, million. Is this worth making another whole series based off of? Or is it going to flop, burn, and, we're going to throw that eye penis away? Oh, we can't hear you. Sorry, we can't hear you, Jake. Jake, can't hear you. Can't hear you. Oh, you can't hear you. Oh, something's going on with his microphone. Can't hear you, Jake. Nope, can't hear you. Jake's opinion matters. Maybe he'll come back to us. We can't hear you, though. Keep working on it. I can't hear you. No, man.
How's that? No.
There you are. Yeah, there you are. You're kind of a little quiet, but I can hear you.
Is there an echo again?
Yeah, a little bit.
How about?
Yeah, there's a little echo. Yeah.
Okay.
How you feel about it, though?
How about, is that okay?
It's weird. It takes a moment, and then it just, like, you say it, and then it happens again,
It's almost like it has a stutter.
Yeah, like it has a stutter.
Yeah. Oh. Well, that's nice.
Do you want to see this? Oh, that one's better.
Is that one working?
That's a lot better.
Great.
That's the money man.
All right,
Money man Jake.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you think? Have you seen Book of Eli? Again,
yeah.
It's very religious in a lot of ways, but it also is like, again, it's an interesting movie. Do you think they can make that transition into this series world?
I don't. I kind of agree with Lexi and Rachel a little bit, where it's like overdone in a lot of areas. The whole apocalyptic world thing is kind of overplayed. However, I think if John Boyega is trying to just practice and explore different character developments, it might be good for him to use it for that, just for experience. And if he nails it, if it fits with, if you can watch the movie and watch the series, and he does a great job, then any character from this point forward who calls for a Denzel Washington, he could do. So I think it might not do very good, but I think for that aspect of it, it's interesting.
Could you see that happening, Jake? That he becomes like the next like he's gonna try to like lock into like Denzel's past roles?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Is he talented enough to do that? It's yet to be seen. But it's
he was great in Star Wars.
Yeah, he was.
And I think that he has a look to him, and I think he is a talent. And I think that I was kind of shocked, though, too, like Lexi said, too, that he would actually dive into something like this. But I would still be the person on the fence here, Jake, and be like, I would watch this shit. I don't know. I would watch this shit. I would be fascinated by it. I like this kind of world stuff. And I agree with you, though. It's like, everyone's we're all like that. We're all like that. And I think that at the end of the day, though, Amazon, I feel like Amazon's going to buy this, and John Boyega is going to kick some ass in this role, and maybe it'll lead to this being a successful franchise. Put enough money at it, square root that sumbitch, throw it out the door, and I think it'll do really well. I don't know. That's me. But it's happening, everybody. John Boyega is coming to be the new Eli on the Book of Eli, and hopefully it does really well for him, his future, his career, and for whatever network it ends up landing on. We have no idea yet, of course. We'll have to wait and find out. I'm very excited to see where that goes moving forward. But that's the whole thing. We have no idea when it comes to franchises from the past, because franchises come, they go, and you think, oh, that was good. We had enough time with that. Maybe we should just let that lie. But you know what? A lot of people can't let shit lie. They cannot let shit lie. Just like Cal Penn cannot let lie Harold and Kumar, because he wants to do a Harold and Kumar 4. So to me, we've done 3. We've been there. Cal Penn's been like, yeah, we've done White Castle. We've gone Tunnelman Bay. We've gone, Saving Christmas. What we got to do to save Turkey? I don't know. But he's been talking about this. He's trying to make it happen. And he wants Snoop Dogg involved. He's like, I want Snoop Dogg. He was working with Snoop Dogg on a project. He's like, I think he'll fit in this universe great. We're pitching. We're trying to make this happen. And I kind of see it, though. Like Snoop Dogg, smoke weed every day. I feel like he would understand how to get into this universe, into the Harold and Kumar world. And I think he would be a good match for it. I think overall, I worked on Snoop Dogg, I probably said before. There was a show I was working on, and he was in this, it was like stage 26 at Paramount. I remember I walked into the hallway, and it was just like, there's smoke every fucking where. And it's like he was in one dressing room and it was just piling out because they're smoking so much weed. And that seems like the perfect setting for Harold and Kumar to start off, or if you ask me. They were really into that. Get back Neil Patrick Harris. Let him be that character again. Bring him back. I mean, do we need it? Probably not. We've done 3. We even did a Christmas movie. Like, maybe Let It Lie, but if you're going to do another one, I guess it works with Snoop Dogg. And I know they're pushing for it. I thought Cal Penn was going to be over on The Daily Show. We got Jon Stewart to come back instead. So maybe he still will have the opportunity. I thought he was branching off beyond this slapstick comedy type stuff, but apparently he's not. He wants to go back. Harold and Kumar 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg. Lexi, what do you think? Do you want to see Snoop Dogg back? Do you want to see him doing this with Cal Penn? You want to have this moving forward? Harold and Kumar 4. Were you a fan of the show at all, or the movies at all?
I believe I liked the first one when I saw it. I was the right age and right demographic when I did see it.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know that I would go back and watch it now and be like, oh my god, that movie's so funny. It held up. Like 40 years old now. Different demographic. I think it's a little different for me now.
They're still hanging out and smoking weed, though, probably. I guarantee it.
I still hang out and smoke weed, but I think, there's a different way. I never was into the Seth Rogen. Like, I didn't like Pineapple Express. I didn't, but I liked, what's the one with Chappelle that came out in the 90s? I liked.
Oh, How High? It wasn't How High. It was.
You know what I'm talking about. But I saw it when I was a kid, right? Like, I didn't even like know the culture. I saw it in the theater, so like I didn't even smoke at the time. I just thought it was funny. Like, it's a different kind of thing. And like, I don't know. These movies, I don't like being told. There's this thing with comedy with me where I don't like being told what's funny. I like to make
Yeah.
my own assessment of what's funny. So like,
You
I
didn't
like to
find these
watch
funny at all?
things. No, not necessarily. So I think like where we're going into a fourth one, I don't really know what we're getting out of it. Like, what's the benefit to it? And I know
Snoop Dogg. That's what we're getting. We had some Snoop Dogg, smoking some weed. You're my boy, Blue.
right,
You know, green your green hat. Let's go. You know.
isn't he like? I asked this question the other day. Who's the bigger sellout, Ice Cube or Snoop Dogg? Genuinely, like, because like
Ice
I mean,
Cube.
he's a fucking
Snoop Dogg's having
character of
fun.
himself at this point. Like, he's not even like. Can you even take him seriously anymore? Like, he's just like this character that just stands around and smokes weed all day, and like, I'm like, I guess, but like,
He's not smoking anymore. He's got his
Yeah, but
little
Ice Cube
pedal.
does kids movies now, so I'm gonna say Cube sold out just a little bit harder.
yeah,
I can
he
see
hangs out
that.
with Martha Stewart. Like, who's the fucking? What's the difference?
She's
He had
a
a
gem.
game
Martha's a
show, for
G.
God's sake.
She's a gem.
Snoop Dogg
Martha
had a
is an
fucking
actual
game show. Yeah, I don't know. I think the guy who had a game show is a bigger sellout.
She's a gem.
I'm just saying, like, I just like I don't really like care at the end of the day. Like, I don't like Snoop Dogg either. Like, Snoop Dogg doesn't like me, so it's kind of like, I mean, the way he talks about transgender people, I'm not a big fan of. So
He
it's
talks some
just
shit,
like,
huh?
oh yeah, for sure. But that
He's
seems to
not
be,
been
you know, par
respectful
for
of
the course.
transgender people or women in general.
I was gonna say he's not very respectful of women as a whole.
He's just very high.
Yeah, so it's just like I feel like
Yeah,
the
I've
whole
never
thing
been
is
so
just
high that I
like,
say something disparaging against someone's personal identity.
nah.
Yeah, I guess
So
I haven't either.
I don't know. There's just this point in my life where I've gotten old enough that he's not funny or entertaining or cool or fun for me anymore. And you know, when does he grow up? I guess is my question. It's like, when do you start saying something intelligent or doing something intelligent or bringing something to your community other than just this? Like, is this what you are? Is this what you want to be? Because I'm like, this seems to be all you are at this point, and I'm like, you've been
Snoop
doing
Dogg.
this for like 40 fucking years. I'm like,
Right.
He's like
great. Like,
D-O-double-G. And he's doing all that shit. I don't know. I can't sing that song. I'll try. If it's Friday, I have to drink. Leave it alone. D-O-double-G. Yeah, I know. Like, the thing is about Snoop Dogg, he's just been living like whatever. I didn't know about that comments he made before. I think that that's kind of fucked up. But overall, this world of Harold Kumar kind of made sense to me. I'm like, oh, yeah, Snoop Dogg, smoking weed. They smoke a lot of weed. Bong and a blintz. Smoking a bong or smoking a pipe. They said from Austin Powers Goldmember. Jake probably knows better than I do. We talk about that shit all the time. Bong and a blintz, smoking a bong, whatever it was. Jake, do you think that Snoop Dogg would do this? Do you think it would make sense for him to do this? Oh, I'll do this because Sabrina's not here. I'll take the hearts. Do you think that Snoop Dogg would you like that shit? That's pretty nice.
Yeah, cool.
You think that Snoop Dogg would join Harold and Kumar 4? And do you think that it's even necessary to do a fourth one? You did a trilogy. You did one that was like, we're going to White Castle. Second one, we're going to go to jail with George Bush. That was weird. They were in jail with George Bush in Guantanamo Bay. That was fucking weirdest shit ever. And then they did Christmas. They saved Christmas in a lot of ways. Like Ernest saved Christmas, but with weed. Do you think that we have an opportunity to do a fourth movie? Or do you think they should let this franchise lie because they're much older and let it be in the past? And if they do it, is Snoop Dogg the man to make it work one more time? What do you think?
I probably won't watch it. Like Lexi said, you know, she watched it when it was happening.
Yeah.
We're in the demographic, but I mean, it makes sense. What else is Snoop gonna do? I mean, he's just kind of like out there. I will say that the movie about him being the football coach looks like it could be funny, but
I didn't see that one.
yeah, it's some, I don't remember.
that does look funny. I know what
It
you're
looks
talking
funny.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as the Harold and Kumar, as far as Harold and Kumar goes, I take it or leave it. It really doesn't matter to me. You know?
Yeah, they did. I think they it was a good one movie, Jake. You know, you do one movie, you call it a day, and then you move on from it. And I think they overstretched. The second one was really like, oh God. And the third one, I was like, oh, I actually kind of like the Christmas one. It was fun. Let's think about the bottomless scene in Harold and Kumar. Lexi, what do you think about that bottomless scene in Harold and Kumar? Did you see that?
I don't even remember it.
Sorry to cut you off, Jake. I saw Edward Hyde bringing this up. I don't know.
You're fine.
I saw that movie when it came out. When did it come out?
I think the first one, the very
2000
first one,
something? 2002 maybe.
2011 was when the first one came out.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago. We're talking about over.
Was it really?
Yeah,
15
2011.
years ago.
So I was
23 years
like,
ago. I'm sorry, 13 years ago.
13 billion years ago.
so I was like 30 when it came out.
I'm pretty. I don't need to be good at math.
Around there, or something like that. Yeah.
We don't have Mike Casey.
29.
He's a resident mathematician. He's not here tonight.
Right.
But Jake, there's nothing that would like allure you to actually like watch this movie at all.
Maybe if my daughter, when she grows up, wants to watch it,
Wants
I'll
to
watch
see
it
it.
with her. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Kids make parents watch a lot of stuff, and you say, "Why are we watching this together?" That seems like the most
Right.
odd choice ever.
Yep. And if she's watching something that makes her laugh, I'm happy. So
Right there.
that's cool.
Well, Rachel Blakely, what do you think about this? Do you want to see Harold and Kumar 4? Are you fucking super excited? You bought your ticket yesterday. You're ready to dive to the movie theater, buy that popcorn, that master drink, and sit down with your Slurpee? Or do you think this is bullshit? And why the fuck are we making this happen again for a fourth
I
time?
didn't watch Harold and Kumar 3. I just think at this point in 2024, we are beyond stoner movies just as a society. A lot of the weed culture, like mythos, has become a lot of really demystified since weed has become legal in a lot of states. So you can't really make those like trippy scenes you used to make before and have people buy into it because everyone's like, oh, I smoke weed and I watch a movie and it's, just another Tuesday. I'm not going on these crazy adventures. So I think a lot of the weed culture movies have just kind of become irrelevant in a modern era. And I don't think that the youth these days give a shit.
These days. I get that. What do you think about
So
Snoop Dogg coming in though? Does he change
Involve
that dynamic?
Snoop Dogg. Let's call Willie Nelson too. We'll get the whole retiree Cheech and Chong. We'll get all the geriatric stoners in here.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
How many
It's
old
such a-
burnouts do you want to bring in?
Right.
All of them. Every single
Weed
one.
retirement home.
Let's make it the biggest weed retirement. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like they
Go
Harold
get
and
Jack
Kumar.
Black and the Tenacious D. Bring them into it too.
Yeah.
You're making me excited about this, Lexi. You're making me excited about this. I would watch this.
See,
I
we've
love the
already
D.
developed
Oh, that's so hard
a
to
better
say. Tenacious D. I love Tenacious D.
Yeah.
They're
if
fucking
Bowser
great.
starts smoking with Cheech and Chong, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, he'll be freaking hanging out and be like peaches, peaches, peaches,
Yeah.
peaches.
Exactly.
I love you. And I'd be like, you know what? I'm all about that. I would be there
awesome.
tomorrow. I'd be
And if you
fucking
can
super
bring the
stoked.
Peaches into it, right?
I mean, Peaches is again one of my favorite songs ever from a movie this last year. I'm just gonna say,
That's
put
so
it out
funny.
there. One of my favorite. I know, like I get talked shit about all the time, but I will say, at the end of the day, fucking great. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, right? Right, Macho?
Oh yeah!
It's not that I'm trying to be disparaging towards older people. It's that if they're trying to make this movie towards a certain demographic, it's not going to appeal to the 20-somethings like stoner movies usually do.
Yeah. Well, you're right, Rachel. It's changed a lot. The dynamics changed, the way people look at it. Now that it's legal, it's a whole different thing. And I think that back in the day, it was more like, it was a little bit risque. It was something that people didn't really understand. It wasn't like it was out there all the time. And I think that made it more alluring. And it was actually kind of funny. It's like people like, oh, that's what that is. Like, no one talks about that shit. No one ever had movies like that with Harold and Kumar. Then all of a sudden that came out.
A sequel to Reality Bites.
Well.
Because we just, need to appeal to a demographic that just doesn't matter anymore.
Oh shit!
Yeah. I mean,
Point Break
that could
2.
happen.
Get 60-year-old Keanu on a surfboard again.
Slow your roll.
Oh, Peppy, calm
Empire
down, man.
Records 3. We'll just avoid 2. We'll just go right to 3.
Not today,
No.
player. Not today.
Peppy hates remakes. He does. He really does. He really does. Peppy hates him. He does. But this is happening. If you don't like it, you like it, you love it, you're excited about it. Harold and Kumar for the 4th time coming around, kicking some ass, smoking some weed, and, last one finding a Christmas tree. I will still say this before we move on, that I did like the third one a lot because it brought in this family dynamic. It made them older, made them understand things, made them had to like bring their friendship back together, and it was all for the Christmas spirit. I love fucking Christmas movies. One of my favorite fucking times of the year.
Ask Lexi how she feels about Christmas specials.
Lexi, I'll change that one day. I will change that one day. Come to my world during Christmas because I love the holidays. I love it so much. I don't love a lot of things that have been happening with drama on set and while people talk about each other. I hate people fucking fighting back and forth about like what someone looks like, who they are, what they're doing, and all that shit. And nowadays we deal with that all the time in Hollywood. And Megan, oh god, I hate this, but this happened recently, everybody. So Megyn Kelly came forward and said something about something about Starlight, everybody. Erin Moriarty. Wow, Moriarty, if I can say that 5 times fast. Megyn Kelly came forward talking about her look, her change, how she's... Well, here's what happened. So on her show, she came forward and showed some pictures of her. And this is a bigger discussion than just who Starlight is, who Erin is, and the idea of the Hollywood look. This is what I'll say, because Megyn Kelly came forward and said this whole thing about, it's not about that she's objecting to plastic surgery, but she's trying to say that Erin went through plastic surgery and changed her whole look from last year till now. And this has been blown up on the internet today. And I saw this, we have to talk about this, because I've seen her, I watched The Boys. You've seen The Boys, you watched Starlight. Honestly, to me, she's fucking looks great. She looks fucking great. And I think that she does an amazing job acting. And I think she has changed from the past few years. But the pictures that she put up does not look like Starlight, does not look like Erin at all. But you know what? At the end of the day, I think this is a fad that is happening. Plastic surgery has always been a fad in Hollywood. And what Megyn was trying to say is that she did plastic surgery, and she's saying that the youth of America are using more and more plastic surgery, especially in Hollywood, to change their image and manipulate themselves and make them look something different when they're already beautiful. And it's like it's more of a thing that's like mental illness, she's saying. But to me, when people change their image, especially at that young age, I think it comes down to like who you want to be in the future. And and who you feel like you're meant to be. When you're older, that happens, and I think it ruins your look sometimes. But you know what? To each your own. Like, support yourself, love yourself, whatever makes you happy. At the end of the day, that's what it is. But she was trying to call this whole new thing happening in Hollywood, that the younger generation keeps changing it to fit into a mold that Hollywood wants you to be. And she said this about Erin, and Erin came forward and was like, this is not true. She's like, that picture she put out there was from before I could actually be of legal drinking age, and she's now in her 30s. And she's like, that was a long time ago. She's about to turn 30. She's like, a long time ago. I was like 18 when this happened, and that image is wrong. It's not me. But when you see the image, it's like, it feels like it's almost Photoshopped, because I've seen this girl on all The Boys season 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, she doesn't look like this. And she even said, like, she came forward and said, this is harassment, this is becoming false news. That's what people say these days. I just think that the idea that she's putting out there is good. We at certain times, like, don't push it, be yourself, be beautiful. But if you don't feel like yourself, then make yourself feel like yourself. Honestly, at the end of the day, you have to be comfortable in your own body and don't judge somebody that isn't comfortable. But I don't think that Erin has anything. I think she has just matured. But if she has, and she's happy, then good for her. Don't make fun of someone's like how they look, their persona, who they are, their presence, because you're mad about it. Be happy for them. That's what I say. But it's a big thing that's blown up online. I want to talk about today because, again, Hollywood has been a thing. It's a stigmata going around that they do plastic surgery to stay forever young, to change their look, and they look fake. I remember when I first went to Hollywood, everyone's like, don't do too much plastic surgery because, you'll be fine. Don't become a Botox face. But at the end of the day, whatever makes you happy, do it. Be happy with yourself. Whatever makes you wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, I'm happy for you if that does it for you. Like, don't try to stop people from being happy. But anger and hate always happens. And I do think, though, it could be a problem. This is a thing that gets pushed on actors because their agents or their managers say they look a certain way, or Hollywood says they have to look a certain way. That's a problem. It's a huge problem. And that's what my conversation is tonight. Not about if she did it, it should not do it. I think she looks great. If the picture, I'll show the picture later that Megyn Kelly actually showed. If that looks like her, not so sure. But that's not what I've seen on TV. End of the day, do what makes you feel comfortable. and yourself. That's what I said. Let's go to my panel though, because honestly, there's a lot of conversation to like put down here and talk about. So I'm gonna go to Rachel first on this because Rachel, hanging out, helping me host tonight, Rachel. What do you think about these comments? Do you think that this is just like going too far? Do you think that this is a problem in Hollywood? Or do you think this is just all blown up and it's just the media just trying to make a problem with Hollywood in general as opposed to just enjoying the entertainment for what it is?
I definitely think it's wrong of Megyn Kelly to point out any one person in particular. I think that's a little pointed. I think there is a larger overall problem with people of all ages getting fad surgeries. So
Yeah.
a few years ago, you had Kim Kardashian get the Brazilian butt lifts, and she had her butt brought all up or filled in and had that look going. And then everyone else followed suit and got their ass done. And then a couple of years ago, Kim went, okay, now it's time to be skinny. And she dropped a bunch of weight, got the implants removed. So I think people are just dramatically changing their bodies really just too often. I don't think
Yeah.
there's anything wrong with getting a little bit of Botox, getting a little bit of fillers, getting just some maintenance done. But it's concerning what's going on right now, especially with like the buccal fat removals, these really dramatic permanent changes to these actors' looks. Like I saw a picture of, I know Kelly Osbourne's not an actor, but she is a person in
Have
public.
persona. Yeah. Public
And
figure.
she is unrecognizable. She has gotten so much work done, and with the buccal fat removal, she's unrecognizable. And there's been a ton of other celebrities out there. I can't really remember any off the top of my head right now, who just, this gaunt heroin chic look is back, and the super hyper skinny, and it's just,
There was
it's
like 6
concerning on
different
how,
celebrities that you and I were looking at that we were going on about
right,
the buccal fat removal, like just in the last
right,
like 2 weeks. Because it's been
absolutely.
horrific how bad those girls are looking with the buccal fat removals.
It ages you really bad, in my
But
opinion. I think it makes
they
you
look
look about
like,
10,
yeah,
15
they look
years
like
older than you
15, 20
are.
years older than they are, and young, cute
Um,
girls that were like adorable that like I
mhm.
don't even
It's
recognize
because
the
a round
actresses
face
anymore.
isn't the ideal right now. So they're carving in their faces and look really gaunt. And
Well, that's you.
I think this is going to have a really bad effect on the younger people and public in general, as we see things like Ozempic become trendy, as these buccal fat
It's a big trend.
removals become trendy. It's going to trickle down into the general populace, and
Well,
it's
the
going to hurt a
Ozempic
lot of
is
young
making
girls.
people sick. Like the Ozempic is
Mhm.
really bad. They're finding out they're getting like deathly ill from that. So that's not
Some
good.
people. I'm
They're
not. I don't have the medical accreditations to speak on that. So for some people, it is useful, but there is definitely an overuse of it.
They've got a great jingle though.
And
Zampic. I think I'm actually singing the wrong song, but you know.
and with, I know my generation in particular, growing up in the early 2000s, that same hyper skinny look was in, and a lot of people in my generation developed really bad eating disorders and really bad image issues because
Mhm.
of the over photoshopping, which is still a problem to today.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Filters
Um,
galore.
and today with cosmetic surgery becoming more and more acceptable, I worry about the impacts this will have.
I think that's I think something to worry about. Again, like I said, like even before I moved to Hollywood, people would be like, "Oh, don't do too much," and it's slowly become bigger and bigger and bigger these days.
Yeah.
And like I said, I get like be yourself, but also like sometimes I think people get lost in it. And I think that comes down to the pressure of Hollywood a lot of times, and the pressure to be a certain way on camera, the pressure to be like, you know. We get older. That's what happens. Maybe you do some
Right.
few things, but you know, you have to still be careful to like lose what you look like and maybe go too far. I mean, Jake was a manager for a long time. Jake, did you ever have a moment where you're like had a client or a talent that asked you like, should I do this? Should I not do this? Or did you ever see an opportunity where they're like, or you see somebody, they're like, well, maybe they're doing something too much. Do you feel that pressure is there from your agency or from the people to actually become somebody else or not and change your persona? Or do you think that this is just blown out of proportion? Oh, we lost you again. Can't hear you.
Sorry, I keep muting myself because
Oh, it's okay. Get in there.
I think I didn't see too much of it with any of my clients. But I do think that it's there's a part of it that's sad to me, because I come from a world and I was raised in such a way that if don't focus on what the world reflects back to you so much, because that doesn't really matter. It's all about how you feel and what's important to you. And unfortunately, taking into consideration others' feelings towards you is, I think it's an unhealthy balance with how you treat yourself. And I don't know. It makes me sad that people think they need to change their appearance to make somebody else happy, to try and make themselves happy. It's kind of a backwards way of thinking. And it's never going to go away, and if somebody wants to do it, it's an option for them. So they're going to, regardless. I don't think we should make it, illegal or anything, but just what?
It hurts them though. I think it stops them from just being themselves. And I think a lot of times an actor brings certain elements that other actors don't. And now it kind of changes that world a lot. And if people are putting pressure on them to do this, Jake, isn't that fucked up?
It is. It really is. And it's yeah, I don't know. I like you were saying, a little pick me up here and there, if it's one thing, that's one thing. But to completely change everything about yourself because you're just that unhappy, it's the world telling you that you should be unhappy instead of reality.
It's slippery slope.
It is, yeah. And I don't think people should listen to the world. It's doomed.
Listen to yourself. Here. This is the person right here. Right. This is the person. If this person tells you to do it, okay, fuck everybody else. But if this is not the person, then you got to take a moment, take a breath, and then figure out how you tell those people that's not me. And I will keep pushing for who I am, and my talent and my persona will always persevere and will always shine bigger than what you want. That's what I think.
And it's a delayed gratification. You're looking for those. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead first. I'll jump in after.
No, I forgot what I was going to say.
I was going to say, let's not pretend like Hollywood hasn't always been getting plastic surgery. It's just more talked about now. And they're all getting the same surgeries is what the problem is now. Because let's not pretend Joan Rivers had her original face when she died. Like,
oh no, she did
so
not.
many of these celebrities were getting, or Cher's had a lot of work done, but she looks great. She's all been like up.
Let's not pretend that the youth, trends with beauty stuff haven't been a thing either. Like bad trends with youths and beauty products.
Usually
and
it's
things
not
like that.
permanent. These trends usually aren't permanent. Like in the 90s, we all had paper thin eyebrows, but eyebrows grow back. If you get the cheek fat removed, that's not going to come back.
The cheek fat removal, the buccal fat removal is really bad. Like these girls look really bad, and like the one that we're talking about, the girl from The Boys. She looks so much older. Like, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Like the footage that you're showing of her on the show now, she looks like she's aged like 10 years because she's had the buccal fat. She looked gorgeous on that show. But the other thing too, like
back up for everybody. This is a picture she's saying that she looks like now.
Yeah, I didn't even recognize her. I didn't recognize the actress. And the other thing too, like the 10-year-old kids with the Sephora products, they're covering their heads like with the fucking anti-aging products for adults.
Right. Usually hyaluronic acid and all sorts of stuff.
And like that's becoming a whole thing right now too. And it's like we're having an epidemic right now of like youth using anti-aging stuff that they don't need. Like they try to encourage people to use Botox at very young ages to say, oh well,
good question,
it's a preventative for later on. And I'm just like, dude, I'll get that when I'm old, which by the way, I want Botox. I'm 40, like I want it, but like I don't want it when I was 30. I didn't need it when I was 30.
But now they have something called baby Botox where 19-year-olds are starting to get Botox. Like it's absurd.
Fuck?
Yeah, it's
why
real.
Babies get Botox?
To address your question, plastic surgery has just become more affordable.
But why babies get Botox? Make their butts smoother? Like what the fuck are you doing Botox for? I'm saying like there's no wrinkles on a baby. I mean you have baby wrinkles I guess that go away in a second, but like why would babies get Botox?
Back alley Brazilian butt lifts were a huge thing. They were using the
Yeah.
cans of like the was it tire filler? They were filling your ass with
Mhm.
that.
What
That
the
was a
fuck?
big thing. Yeah, oh yeah. They were
The
just filling
injections with all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Like
I'm just saying.
it's
It was
so
amazing
sad.
what they were
It's so
filling those
sad
girls'
because of
asses
the
with.
pressure.
Yeah.
It's the pressure. Yeah, it's like nobody's just accepted for who they are. They gotta change it.
Mhm.
Ugh.
Peppy, how do you feel about
And
that?
everyone
Nah,
has
that gives me
veneers now.
agita.
Right.
Yeah, Peppy is like that.
Everyone has identical teeth, and it's weird. And like I know, like I'm not working with the best here. I could do a little bit better, but like people,
Hey,
the
calm
identical
down.
teeth is weird. The veneers
But that's an
are
American
everyone
thing
having
too.
it.
Like everybody else in the world does have like not straight
Right.
normal teeth. Like that's just
Right,
an
even
American
natural
thing.
teeth.
So once
Yeah.
again, like that's something that we do here
Like
that no
some
one else in the
veneers
world
can look good.
does.
I'm not
Like,
shitting on veneers as a whole, but
Yeah.
like
No. Look at British teeth. You know, like a lot of people, people make fun of people's teeth in Britain, but I think their teeth are amazing. And the royal family, though, they have the best teeth. That's just something I'm putting out there. But you know what? The thing is, like, you shouldn't matter what your teeth look like, who you are. It's like who you are. It's like just like accept who you are. And then again, there's these pressures on society, and they want you to look a certain way, be a certain thing. And I think that that Hollywood, especially, it comes down to where they feel that pressure. And I think there's people pressuring them, like agents or maybe just societal norms are making them want to change their persona to be something they're not. And you know what? It doesn't matter a lot of times. You could change everything to look a certain way and still not book that fucking job because now you're so similar to other people that they're going to book somebody else. You know, I get it. I've gone to auditions out in LA, but in LA again, almost 15 years. And during that time, they'll tell you like, oh, well, your eyes weren't the right color. Or, you know, like, you know, your hair was just a little bit too long. Or your eyes are a little bit too separated. Or, you know, it's just the most bullshit reasons why they don't cast you. So that's those kind of personas get into your head, or that kind of like ideologies get in your head. And that makes you like start questioning, how do I change myself? And that's where it becomes a slippery slope where you start doing shit like that. And then you lose who you are and what your brand actually is and what could have actually made you book that fucking role. You know, you can't let the small day player shit fuck you up. It happens all the time. They always do that shit. They're like, oh, it's that one little thing. It's one thing. But you know what? Don't do it. The next thing's even better. That's all I can say about that. And these pressures have been bad. And I agree with all of you. It's been happening for a long time. And I think that we have to end that in order to get past that so people can be themselves and then, you know, be who they are and then be successful.
I don't act and I feel those pressures. Like I've had work done.
Yeah.
And I deliver flowers. Like I don't, you know.
You feel
like
pressure.
I
in
still
the world.
feel, yeah, I just exist and I
Yeah.
still feel that pressure. You know, it's like, and I want more work.
But Lexi, you're also just trying to find the best you too. Is that society like just making there's a part of you too that has to like want it, right? You have to like want to find who you are in a ways, right? That's what I hope, at least
50-50.
50.
Right.
That's, I mean, yeah.
I just wonder if like the more and more you change, does it fulfill that feeling that you need to do it, or does the desire to have more done just grow and grow and grow until it's like it snowballs?
I recognize my marketability. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
in that state,
I think it's a different perspective when it comes to gender affirming.
Yes.
Right.
That's a whole different
as well.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was talking about just cosmetic, like.
Well, yeah. Well, even just cosmetically, changing your facial structure and stuff is gender affirming.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, Lexi, I'm happy for you, and I think you've been fucking doing a kick-ass job finding who you are and where you're growing to be. And I support you, and I know, fuck those people if they give you fucking bullshit, because honestly, at the end of the day, you are who you are in here, you know, and everybody else can go suck it. Fuck those people. Honestly, Hollywood causes too much drama, but also, you're right, society does do that to people. And I think that this is something that's blowing up today because, again, these Starlight pictures came out, and I don't know. I've never seen her like that before, so I wonder, like, where those pictures came from. They said that her other picture when she was younger was a year ago, and she said it was older. I don't know, but if she looks like that...
She just had that done. She just had the buccal fat surgery. That's exactly what she did. She's full of shit.
Yeah.
With so many people admitting it, I don't understand what the point of saying you didn't have it done anymore is.
What's the point?
Right.
What's the point, really? It makes no sense to me. And I think that at the end of the day, just own up to it. If that's what you want to do it. And also, don't give in to those norms, though. Like, just be yourself. She was very attractive, and she still is very attractive. But I think if that picture is accurate, she doesn't look the same as she did before. And I think that she was already, and that was a whole larger thing, that people are losing their beauty by being too insecure by what the society is telling her to do in Hollywood. And I think that's very unfortunate, because
she looks like a stripper now.
Yeah, stripper.
Which there's nothing wrong with strippers.
There's no problem with strippers. Who loves strippers? Are friends of the show on Kruse Control. That's all I'm saying. If you're
sex work is real work.
Absolutely. I'm just saying, she looks like, but she doesn't look like Starlight. She looks like a overly tanned, like overly plastic surgery, like stripper. Like, I'm just like, okay.
Oh, yeah. Sure. She's definitely gotten a nose job. She's gotten the buccal fat removal.
She looks like Nightlight. That's what she looks like to me. Are they doing Nightlife?
Yeah, there you go.
I do think Megyn Kelly was way out of line targeting one.
Megyn Kelly was incredibly out of line. She's had more surgery than anybody I know.
Right.
Oh, shit. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Absolutely. Right. Look at Megyn Kelly. She's a big pile of fucking plastic surgery. Don't talk shit. But if she wanted to say, hey, this trend of youth getting the buccal fat surgery is not good, y'all need to kind of back off of this.
Calm down. Yeah.
That would be a statement that would be reasonable.
Big statement.
It's not the same as you sitting there and talking shit about young girls getting plastic surgery. You know they're all going to fucking do it. They're in the industry. You did it too. Don't talk shit.
Fuck yeah, Queen. We love you. I love Queen. Just happy to have you here, Queen. But you're right, Lexi. Like, just don't talk shit. Like, be a human being. And, there's a bigger issue here, and I think that it's going to keep happening in Hollywood. And unfortunately, like, there's nothing you can do to stop it. And again, it's just the pressures. It's just the fucking pressure, and people give into it, unfortunately.
In 5 years, when the buccal fat trend is over, all of these people are going to regret having completely changed their faces.
Who am I? It sucks, but this is going down.
The new trend will be puppy cheeks, and then they have to get cheek implants.
Oh God! Rachel, don't say that. Don't say that. I hope that shit doesn't happen to everybody out there. I hope that there's some people that hold back, because this is a trend in Hollywood and it needs to stop. But there's people that maybe might dive into it still. And one person that I hope doesn't do it is Jena Ortega. But Jena Ortega has a lot of issues going on now with fucking Wednesday. And you know what? I need to talk about that, because that leads me to our feature story of the night. I want to talk about Wednesday for a second, because we've had conversations about Wednesday in the past, about comments she's made, what's happened with Jena Ortega, where the show's going. Of course, season 2 is about to begin filming. But recently, Tim Burton was talking about how he's been hard at work developing season 2. The strikes calmed it down, it slowed it down, waited for it to start. It's going to be starting very soon. And Jena Ortega's comments have breached out more and more, being like literally, I can read her quote right here. She said, "I don't think I've ever put my foot down on set in a way that I had to do on Wednesday, because it was so easy to fall into that category, especially with this type of show. There were times on that set when even I became almost unprofessional, in a sense, where I started changing lines. And the script supervisor would come over and be like, what's going on with something? And then I would say, I know what, let me sit on the writers. And they would be like, wait, what happened on the scene? And she would be like, let me explain. I couldn't do certain things. So she's becoming problematic, and there have been people coming forward being like, how is she going to last? The first season, one of the most successful seasons on Netflix. They're going to season 2, and she's saying this stuff right before they were supposed to start. They shut down because of, again, the strikes. They're coming back now, and an insider came forward talking about this, Matthew Belloni, and he was talking about, like, Bellany, and he was talking about, like, what's going to happen moving forward. And he's like, what he's heard right now.
His name was Matthew Belloni. I was like, that's great.
my mind went to Belloni. I wish it was Belloni. I really wish it was Belloni. But Matthew Belloni was like, hey, this is what I'm hearing. This shit's going to be done after season 2. The spinoffs are happening. And of course, Uncle Fester one's moving forward. They're working on more. They're being pretty quiet about it, but there's more spinoffs coming. And they're going to shoot season 2. And she already talked about how she changed everything for the dance in season 1. It was supposed to be like a like a flash mob, and she changed just to her dancing, and she fought with the writers about lines, and she said, I want to do this, I want to do that. She started fighting about like what's going to happen next. And now she has Beetlejuice coming out, so maybe that will blow up and she won't even need the show. But it really did make her career in a lot of ways. And he was coming for what he hears is that season 2 will be the last one, and then they're going to branch off and do more seasons, well, more spin-offs without her. And that seems like if you have a problematic actor, that's what happens. As a studio, you see something that's very successful, you want to keep thriving, and Wednesday could go for 6 seasons easily. They could do it. But if she's going to keep fighting the writers, the producers, the creators, you don't want that on set. The days are hard enough as it is. I've been there for 14 hours, day in, day out, for 5 months, and it is tough when an actor comes in and it's just not a team player. You can have your opinions, everybody. You can have your opinions. You can be like, hey, it's fine. Like, I think that my character wouldn't say this, or I think my character wouldn't say that, or I think we could add this to it. But I think stuff like that, GR. But at the end of the day, when you literally just change the lines and ignore everybody and say, this is what I'm doing, and deal with it, that's not going to make a good show. And I think that that could lead into her career moving forward if she keeps doing that shit. It won't be good for her, but I think that I agree with what we're hearing is that Wednesday might be done. Already a lot of problems. Maybe not. Maybe she'll get her tune figured out, but she just said this not too long ago on the Dax Shepard show. I love Dax Shepard, by the way. Fucking great guy. And I hope that she's not going to do it because I think I enjoy the show, and I hope it does very well and further flourishes on Netflix, but I think it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Jake, you've seen the show before, right? Mm-hmm. If you're okay, before you were your manager, if your talent was like doing this on set, could that blow their whole career out of the water? Do you think that this is a bad form thing, or do you think that she was in the right to do this? And would you be upset if Wednesday season 3 doesn't happen and that the franchise ends after 2 seasons?
It's hard because if you start acting such like with the manager agent dynamic and the what's the word for it? Oh, I can't. The relationships that all of these companies have with the casting directors and all of the associates, and if your actor or actress starts to act a fool, you're going to have to start tying off some loose ends and like, I'm sorry, this isn't really, and it's going to snowball.
Makes the job harder, doesn't it?
It makes the job a lot harder. And if the talent is warranted in what they're asking for, and then that's a negotiating thing for another season, not in the middle of it. It's not something that you just bring up in the middle of set. And, because then, like you said, you're there and you're dealing with this one bad actor, a bad apple, if you will. It makes everybody's job harder. And it's a fine line you got to dance. But, if she cares that much about Wednesday's character, then I can see where she's coming from. I think this is what Wednesday would.
It could be warranted, right?
It could be, but you still have to. You
think it's good to go on a talk show and like talk shit about the show, though?
No, I think it's below. I think
if you were a manager, you'd be like, "Oh God, what the hell is happening right now? You're fucking great, girl. Calm down."
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous. That's just unprofessional, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
well, that's what I worry about too. Like Queen was saying, if you're passionate, same thing you're saying, passionate, which it goes a long way to be passionate about a show and you want to be the best thing ever. And I've been there too. I want to be the best thing ever. But there's a way of, I call it like it's like a dance a lot of ways. It's like how you talk to people, how you work off them, how you feed off their energy, how you make it come into fruition in a way without being an asshole. And as an actor, it's a fine line. I think some people have it. She's very young, and I believe that she believes in the show, and she really wants to be great. But there's a dance. You have to play in a certain way. And if you don't, a lot of times shows just shut you down. They just gone. But I just worry about the show, and I think that it could cause a problem for a season 3. Now, the real contractually happening for season 2 is going down. And I think Netflix might be the other things, but I hope that this season changes. Lexi, what do you think? Do you think that this is writing on the wall? she's problematic, she's in a contract now, it's fine. And they're already creating spin-offs. Do you think that this shows Wednesday might be done for 2 seasons? Or do you think that she can find a way to make it work in a balance, and what she's brought to the show will only benefit it moving forward into the future?
Well, there was a dance, Brian, and she didn't like it, and she made them change it. And
That's also true.
So,
That's also true.
so
that was awesome.
she didn't want to do Scream 7 because of there's my duck.
Quacking up.
Yeah.
She
didn't want to do Scream 7
Yep.
because of the shit that happened with the other girl. She seems to have strong opinions and strong stances. She doesn't say, yes, very easy. She doesn't bend over. She doesn't take shit. So I think this whole statement of she's difficult, I think she's a woman in Hollywood who is understanding of what she wants. She understands the roles that she's being given. She sees potential, wants to see more from these roles and these characters. I think that she's being given trash. She's being given sequels, prequels, no original
Spin-offs.
characters.
Yeah.
I think she saw the potential in Wednesday Addams as making it her own. She wanted to make it her own. They didn't have any idea what they wanted to do. She was like, this is not what this character is. They were clearly trying to do something else with it. And then, it's kind of like they probably saw the potential to make another, like, what was that shit, the Sabrina, the teenage witch thing that they made.
Oh, yeah.
They focused on more of that kind of stuff with it. And she was like, no, that's not what you do with this kind of thing. So, she helped shape that series. And a lot of people have said that the series turned out the way it did the first season because of her stepping in. And so with the second season, she got like, what was it, a producer role? She came in and got like a stronger positioning, and they were like, okay, we need to listen to this girl. So instead of sitting there and saying that she was an issue and a difficulty, maybe instead she clearly wasn't. She got a power role. She got herself in a position of the second season. If she's like in the second season and she's like, you guys are not fucking listening and you guys are not whatever, she's like, I'm going to take myself and I'm going to go somewhere. I don't think they're the right ones. I think she's a hot commodity. I think that she has the capacity to walk away and put herself where she wants to, and that she has the voice to speak how she wants because younger people are listening to her. She has the voice of Gen Z. If Hollywood wants to see like money come in from their films, they want to see growth with they want to see seats in the theaters, like filled.
Butts in the seats.
She's going to fill them because they're the demographic that want to see her. And the way that she talks, the way that she spouts off, they like that. She's appealing to that demographic. She's appealing to that generation. So despite how she might come across in interviews, or maybe she's upsetting to, her manager or something like that.
Managers, yeah.
She's appealing to the demographic that she needs to be appealing to, which is the 20-something demographic that's going to make the money for the studios right now. If the studios are smart, they'll look at her and say, she's great, she's on fire, just keep letting her do what she's doing. Let her have power, let her have what she wants. Because if they let her have power and let her have what she wants, they'll make money. And they'll have greater successes with her if they just let her keep letting her have her voice and letting her keep doing what she's doing. They're fucking up by not letting her have power because she has the potential currently to be one of the most powerful actresses in Hollywood. At her current age, where she's at, with what she's being given, with what she's able to do, she's only going to go up. She's not going to collapse. And the mouth that she has on her is good. She's not like, what was that one from the Hunger Games, Jennifer Lawrence? She's not like that one.
Yeah.
Jennifer
Gotcha.
Lawrence, once she started opening her mouth and shooting her mouth off, she only like hurt herself further and further. This one's doing it the right way. So
Yeah.
this one's only going to grow. Ortega's only going to have success from here.
I
So
get that.
if she leaves Wednesday, it's their fault. And all of their spin-off series and everything that comes from it is only going to
They won't do.
collapse
They won't do well.
because
Armistead I
she
like, but
left. They need her involvement. They need her as a producer on all of these other shows for them to have any success, because they need her involvement to be able to appeal to Gen Z, who are the people who are pulling the show in.
yeah. Rachel, do you agree with that? You think that's the route they need? They need Jena Ortega, and she is helping the show. Or do you think that maybe she, is being a little bit too far for the production to keep moving forward?
I was also going to bring up the fact that she's Gen Z, and she's really kind of one of the more predominant Gen Z actors that we're dealing with right now. And it's her attitudes and behaviors are very indicative of the strong-willed nature of Gen Z, which is good. It is a good thing that will serve them. So I think that Hollywood needs to buckle up and start to adjust to the younger generation that's coming in. You aren't dealing with the older generations who are going to lay down and listen when they have creative ideas. Another point that I wanted to bring up was that they talking about the dance scene and how she changed it to a solo rather than a group thing. She actively had COVID when she filmed that scene. And I think that's something that people forget about a lot, is that she was very, very ill when she filmed that scene and probably didn't want to get other people sick.
That's a good point.
So changing it to a solo rather than a group number kind of helps space things out.
Try
They
not
filmed
to
it in the
infect
middle
people.
of 2020. Vaccines
Yeah.
weren't out yet. Like, she was deathly ill. So there's other factors than, she's just being difficult to consider here.
I not know that, Rachel. That's interesting. I mean, honestly, the fact that she's maybe looking out for other people too at the same point.
And at the end of the day, I can't speak to exactly what her motivations were.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem unlikely. It's a factor that needs to at least be considered.
Yeah. We're not there.
And the
It
fact,
needs to be considered.
I wouldn't blame her being unhappy working on that set. From everything I've heard, it was a miserable set to work on. They were overworked. They were sick while they were working. They weren't filming in America, so they didn't have to follow any of the COVID protocols we had here. So
it was a weird time in Hollywood, and a lot of places were not doing the same things other places were. And, people are trying to figure out, like, what am I doing? How I feel safe. There's a lot of shit that was happening. There's a lot of factors, and that's the nature of that show. Though they had to shoot overseas. That's what it was. And the next season's shooting overseas as well. And they're, so that's just how it goes, to get that look, to get that feel, to get that motivation for the scenery. And I think overall, but you can still
treat your actors respectfully and say, hey, you're sick. Let's maybe film something else while you get better.
Yeah, and I just feel like, let's
not have you film a really stressful dance scene while you have a fever and you're kind of dying a little bit.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, I think that they probably shouldn't have shot that day. They probably should have taken her out and had her sit down and, take a week off, and stop. But they don't do it all the time. They just keep firing through they can, even though, like, we were going through a pandemic.
They were shooting it in Eastern Europe, Edward.
Yep, Eastern Europe, yeah. They're going to Ireland, I think, for the next season. I think it's Ireland or Scotland, something like that.
I think Ortega, Zendaya, and Tom Holland, those three are like power players with the Gen Z.
Oh, absolutely. They're the Gen Z power players. And you've got Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sick of Timothée Chalamet. I like him, but I'm just like, hey, put him in everything.
I agree with you. They put him in everything.
Can he not do everything?
But he is a power player when it comes to the Gen Z.
He's great. He's a really strong actor. He's
really good.
Fucking killing it out there right now.
I joke about what he's going to be in next, but he's really
Gen
good.
Z likes the other three that I mentioned. Like, they want to see them and stuff. So that's if you want the movies, if you want seats filled, those are the ones who want. Chalamet, they seem to be thinking they'll market for them, but they don't seem to be like interested in them. We seem to be watching them. Millennials seem to like Timothée Chalamet. That kind of stuff.
I mean, sickly Victorian child, Timothée Chalamet.
Just something about him. Take you back to a time where
life was simpler. The films they put him in, because they keep putting him in like Dune and Willy Wonka, which are all like really just unappealing to Gen Z.
Yeah,
like
it's not. Right, Peps?
Oh no, hell no.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think that at the end of the day, though, we're at the sea with this. Now, he might be an insider saying that this is what's going to happen, but you're right. There's a new season coming. They're going to start shooting, I think, within the next month. They've been writing, developing, creating, and when they get back to set, we'll see what happens. I think strong opinions are good, but I also think that it is a dynamic on set. You have to respect certain things. And I hope she didn't burn her bridges, because I do think the first season was really good. I know Jake liked the first season too, right, Jake? And so, hopefully whatever she brought to it made it what it is. Actors always do, especially the lead. And I hope at the end of the day, we continue forward, and this is not right. And a show like this can branch out and actually make an Addams Family universe that works. Not them, pushing for universes for Addams Family, but I'm thinking that if you have her, and like Edward Hyde said, why do the whole Addams Family? You could, if this does well, and you could branch into season 3 being.
Happening.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
it's a spy series.
That'd be awesome. You friggin' walk around and do his bitches shit. I don't know, but I just think that we could do more with this franchise, with this IP. This IP could grow and thrive and just fucking destroy things.
It would just
if it
be
has
a
chance.
healthy, thick, pulsing
thick,
IP-ness.
Just very happy, ready to explode because of the enthusiasm it has. And I think that's what we need. And I think that if and when
enthusiasm.
Oh God! If and when they get there, I think that would be good for the Addams Family. But until then, we have no idea. Hopefully, whatever happened in the past won't be what happens in the future, and that this franchise can continue forward, because it's happening. Season 2. We're not sure about season 3. We'll see. Anyways, everybody,
snowball into something, right?
I'm gonna snowball into an ending.
Right on.
Snowball ending. Thank you for being on Kruse Control, everybody. Have a great night. A happy Monday. We had a great time hanging out. We went a little long for Monday, but it's fine. We're having a good time. We're chatting about fucking good things. Having a good time. Having a fucking great time on a Monday. It's Monday. The week's starting. Enjoy your week. Kick some ass. Conquer. Destroy. And have your best life, because time goes by so fast. And then you got to enjoy it while it lasts. Everybody, thank you for being on Kruse Control. Appreciate it as always. Mr. Jake Slenecki, welcome back to Kruse Control. Hope you had a great time being back here, kicking ass, talking about the fucking entertainment news, and just bringing your opinions to the show, and just being you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Of course, anytime, man. Come back again.
Okay.
Appreciate you. Miss Lexi Koval, thank you too for being back on Kruse Control. Miss you, love you. Hope you had a great time tonight. And we're going to talk some more soon. So, we got a picture. What's your show called again?
I'm not telling you. We don't have a name yet.
Well, we're going to find out very soon, everybody. We'll bring it up next time we come in. I'm going to ask again. Next time you come, the mystery will be ended hopefully by then. Hopefully not. Maybe it'll be too soon. I don't know. But thank you for being on Kruse Control. Appreciate it as always. Lexi, friend of the show, family of the show. Thank you again for being back here on a Monday.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Yes. Yeah. And help me out today with the chat, with kicking ass and being my co-host tonight, my hostess of the mostest, my guest host. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you for being here as always. I appreciate you helping the chat, being here, bringing the takes. I hope you had a great time tonight. Happy Monday. The queen of Mondays, Miss Rachel Blakely.
Happy to be here. I'll be here next Monday.
Be there next Monday. We'll be back, of course. We're back on a regular schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Thank you all for here. Thank you, GR, as always. GR, the king of Fridays right there. GR is bringing the fucking screwdrivers in every Friday. Thank you for being here, GR. It's over so soon. Sorry, Edward. We're out of here. I know. It's been a long night. We went 2 hours and 20 minutes on Friday.
A show that's on schedule. It's hard for you to believe, right?
We're kind of over. I mean, we usually, the hour got blown out of the water a long time ago. But on Fridays, our last Friday was the longest show ever, 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's crazy. What comes down to is good conversations, good friends, good topics. Marvel length, yeah, of course, that's what we do. And you know what it comes down to is it's us coming together for you, the fans, and having a good time talking about what we love the most, the entertainment industry. Anyways, everybody, until next time, we're growing. We're like 1,189 subscribers. We're almost breaching that 200 range. We're going to get there soon. We're going to keep growing. We're going to get to that 2 million before you know it, because you know what? Time goes by so fast, so lonely, and we'll get there before you know it. So thank you all for being here. You got to tell your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, your grandpas, your great-grandpas, and all the grandparents in all the world that came together and had babies one day, and they became you. And then you subscribed, and you told them to subscribe, and then you told every chinchilla and every baby out there you found in the street. You're like, hey, baby, subscribe to Kruse Control. And they subscribed, and you subscribed, became a whole fucking thing. And you found fucking Reese and fucking all the people that you found from high school, like 20th anniversary, back of the anniversary, like, hey guys, what are you doing? Subscribe to Kruse Control. You tell all the fucking people you hooked up in high school, and people you hooked up in there yesterday are the first one-night stands, and all the people in the world, and all the fucking chinchillas, and the babies, and the beavers, and all the fucking woodland creatures, the deer, and the rabbits, and the bears, and all the fucking squirrels that spray you and make you fucking hate yourself, and you damn it, bad. You can still subscribe. And when they subscribe, they become good friends of all of our family friends. Come down to it. That's what we do. Say, I'll subscribe. Eventually, we'll get there. We'll get to a fucking million. That'd be fucking great. Fuck your mailman. Subscribe. Doesn't subscribe. Fucking subscribe. Brings a mail. Doesn't subscribe. I don't know what the fuck that is. Anyways, everybody, have a great night. Appreciate you as always. Hope you had a great Monday night. It's Monday. I know it's hard. It's the beginning of the week. You start here, and you go from here to the weekend. It's the longest path ever. But just take one moment, hug the person you love, and say, we'll get there. Anyways, everybody, have a great night. We'll see you on Hump Day. And until then, again, take care of yourself. See ya!